It's dark and we still have our flashlight. It's raining, Kim. I'm a little bit nervous before we go and start for the karaoke. I think we might have to have something else in our hands, eh? What do we have? A tape player. We need our tape player. And I mean, chain cutters? No. This seems like a good way to get in there. A ghetto plaster as support. Where are the beautiful lights?
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes.
And what are its hallmarks?
Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
The idea of a king and century gun is pretty fascinating.
The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn of the century. It's common even now, after 50 years.
Pinball machine. And is your...
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
You never told me you've seen the Phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
No, I really want to know, because we want to find that thing.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Wait, where was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood. Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel. We were on our first date when I told him my story. You should have seen his face. He said my descriptions matched the Phasmid down to a T. Its white marble limbs, the way it moved.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
Wow, nice. So, how big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
What if it is the case?
So its limbs are white.
Not all of them, as far as I remember. Some of them, on the inside, like stalks of marble, if that makes sense.
So you were on a date?
Our first, yes.
The old woman sighs tenderly.
The sigh is tender. The sigh is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express. Interesting.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I thought it was a wonderful story, ma'am.
Closes his notes and gives her a simple smile.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
Could it be you've imagined it, Lena?
Of course. I've thought about it. But Morel says my report matches with the others. And I'm sure I hadn't heard of the Phasmid as a child. Nor had my mother or my grandmother. So how did I know what to imagine? It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena,
She lowers her voice, imitating a boy.
you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian Phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
Yeah. I ran into your husband on the coast.
Goodness, how is he? Did he say why he hasn't returned yet?
The old woman clasps her hands together over the bank.
He's fine, ma'am. As we had suspected, he couldn't get back earlier because the water lock on the canal was broken. Now he's just finishing up some work.
Oh, yes. That's my Morel. He's bound to catch a cold staying out there for so long.
But he doesn't belong to the Morel intern ring.
But I am so relieved to hear that he's okay. Thank you for putting an old woman's heart at ease, if even a little.
You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our aging body's foul. Her heart won't rest until Morel is safely back with her.
That's all for now, ma'am. It's time.
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Wait. Wait. Maybe we should wear something else? Maybe this beautiful thing. The party dragon's silk robe. This sleazy, silky bathing robe in vibrant blues features a roaring dragon on its front, ready to take off into the night. A red belt has been provided for fastening. It's culturally insensitive, but only for people who are not from Seoul. The real Seolites probably don't care. And what do we have here? And we're very logical. Yeah, this is not where we need esprit de corps. We need some serious performance here, right? Dramatic. Yes. This is
The
our time.
stage is all. You feel a little.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke
I'll put the
Immediately,
lips
a
against the
loud
microphone.
feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to... Hands. Where do you put your hands?
Okay. I'm ready, Hoggarty. Hit play.
The air is thick with anticipation. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
I would often go there, to the tiny church there, the smallest church in San, though it once was larger. How the realm may rest there. Down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
I would often go there, to the tiny church there, the smallest church in Saint, though it was once larger. How the realm may rest there, down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in the tiny yard there. I've been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now you are alone, none of this matters at
A
all.
lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hands shake as awareness of your body returns to you.
I like to dedicate this song to my partner. It gives me stability. Kim Kitsuragi, not to the
The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but gives you a quick smile before turning away.
Good. Are we ready? I want to unplug the microphone now.
Last words?
Evening will come. We will sue the white sail. Workers of the world unite. Okay. We did fantastic there. We did fantastic. Let's now back to business. And we need, I don't know what we need in this hand, in our hand. Maybe it's time for the chain cutters again. And talking to God.
Smallest church in Saint-Saëns, right?
Cafeteria manager is waiting for you to acknowledge that he recognized the songs. Yeah, the church is actually my life.
Cool. Now, what can I do for you?
He really does sound like he thinks it's a little cool. Gotti, I found your new bird for the whirling.
What is this thing?
The man takes the stuffed bird. I wanted to apologize for breaking the great skewer by bringing you this ruffed grouse.
Okay, well, this is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
It's not actually about that, but he liked it.
About my bill
Got the 20 real? Then
Not yet.
why are you wasting my time and yours?
All right, goodbye, man. Goodbye. It was a great performance. Now, I think we have to find... Oh, is that door open now? And we have to speak to Klasi again.
You see a heavy steel door. It could be connected to...
Yeah, I know. So, still, I want to talk again about the quietest
It's
lady.
you again. What is it?
Because the lawyer isn't there. What is it? Okay, I talked to Klasi. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
He leans back and regards you with curiosity. A civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
And we'll just do that. Present a solid theory about why Ruby could have done it. Saw the winch outside, staged like a play, reconstructed the murder scene, found an antique rifle, Klasi gave motive, and Ruby is a drug trader established.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't of him?
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking. Near the stage there.
She didn't go to the toilet?
No.
That's a lie.
You know that's not the case.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cop.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
The winch. We had the winch. Have you noticed the winch out back? On the outer wall of the whirling?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying she reeled herself up by her collar, like some kind of...
Can't come up with an analogy.
Kidding?
Analogy.
Let's go with that. Point is, it's just a rusty winch. It doesn't put her on the roof.
Ruby could have gotten to the roof from somewhere inside the whirling.
Nah, the only way up there is through Clausia's room.
How much do you guys know about this place?
We've only been drinking here for what? 6 years? How much do we know?
Been thinking of getting wilding in racks. That is on my ass, boss.
There you go. Tatted on his ass. We know the place.
There's a locked door in the kitchen and another on the roof. Ever been through those?
No, but that doesn't prove anything.
It's just 2 dolls. We're not giving you Ruby for that. She's one of us.
What if they're connected by the winch, Eugene? That is your name, right, Eugene? If they're connected, she could have gone to the kitchen, gone up, shot him on the roof, then come down. All in 5 minutes. How about that?
Yes, she could have. This is one long shot.
He shakes his head, but the look in his eyes shows interest.
Tell you one thing. I liked how that goddamn winch came up again. That was nifty.
So have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot?
Firmly? Try shit on a stick. All you've established is a possible route to the roof that you haven't found. And even then, a route doesn't put that bullet in the Burke's head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself.
The local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman. Maybe it was her?
You lost your gun?
The blonde man is taken aback, not even laughing.
What an idiot!
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder?
Yes.
No, you didn't. And Ruby didn't use your lost gun to kill him.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it. You'll get a heart attack.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun. Let's move on.
Show them the antique rifle. There are weapons like this just lying around in Martinique.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there with others just like it.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots. Why was that still there?
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
I've already established Ruby's running drugs. She could have smuggled guns too.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5 seconds.
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it.
All I'm saying is, from what I saw in her cabin, she'd have no trouble getting a gun.
Trouble. This is Revachol. Even the roid heads in the gym had a carbine. No one has trouble getting a gun. I still never saw her carry one.
He must be referencing some past case of theirs. He's angry because he knows you're right. What he's saying only confirms your theory.
I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her.
I don't know, cop. Why don't you find your lost gun first?
Tattooed man bursts out laughing at his own joke.
Easy now, Al. This isn't comedy hour.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Maybe she killed him because she thought it would curry favor with you? I don't know about that. Maybe it's all part of a leadership challenge against you, Titus. Don't piss him off. It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
She could have just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Eugene, let's assume you killed him.
He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob, or alone for committing murder?
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
And also Classy told me some... Now, when Classy came downstairs, Ruby appeared to know that something was wrong.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Or she knew what happened because she killed him.
Not so useful.
Titus looks at Alain, then Eugene. Claudia told me some pretty interesting things about Ruby.
Yeah. Like what?
Apparently she had a thing for Claudia.
A thing? You mean?
He tilts his head to the side and falls silent.
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked Glacier.
I know, it's bewildering for me too, but that's what she said.
It's not bewildering. It's like, whatever, man. Guys, I'm not the only one who knew. Right?
Knew what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
She didn't fuck you. 'Cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
What laughter sounds off in the room, it feels nervous. Claudia said she made advances on her and she thwarted them.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
Sort of, but he doesn't have to know that.
She just told us. Ruby made her scared, and she spilled the beans.
That Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. I don't know why I didn't see it earlier.
He looks out the window pensively.
And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a Hardy. But if you bring your own personal shit into our outfit...
And then, boss, use us to cover it up? I mean, that's just fucked up.
If it's true. But it's not. Right?
Maybe it's all part of a leadership challenge against you, Titus.
There's no fucking leadership challenge. Just when I thought you were taking this seriously, cop, you put your head in your ass.
Man, now he's just throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks.
Okay. We ruled out infighting. That's how this works, by exclusion. Remember, all we need to do is rule Ruby out too. That's all this is.
There's a bit of truth in there for Titus to react so brashly. He does not like his authority questioned.
Okay, Let me think for a moment. Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. This is the only option he cares for.
The only opinion, yeah.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
Do you have any clues where she went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a Hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
Did you feel that she was scared of?
I told you. You.
Me personally?
Yes, you. The cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Huh. No wonder she's afraid. I've come to declare the ending of the human experiment. No. Don't screw it now. Yeah, let's take this as a joke. I've come to declare the ending of the human experiment.
Sure. The human experiment. That's real funny.
He looks at you without smiling.
You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
What else did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes, and that you won't stop.
Won't stop?
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up, like cans.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it. Whack him. or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener?
You are insistent.
Anything else?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught me. But she was too scared.
Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast. Past the waterlog. She's not here. So, I'm thinking she's there.
Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking?
Sure. There's some shit houses there. A cinder block town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man.
Do you know what she's doing with Yulin frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
Oh my goodness, it all comes together
What?
now.
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Yulon frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale something.
Titus puts an end to it.
It feels like you'll get to know soon enough.
It's not much, but it will do.
It'll have to.
Puts his hand out. We'll shake it.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
You should be a cop, Titus.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his men.
Well, we had a good time there, hadn't we? It was definitely a great time we had there. And you?
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Yeah, let's fall for now. I'm gonna go back to the coast now. Maybe I should talk to Klaasje one more time. Before we go back to sleep. Sleep off all the hurt. Wait, there was something. She's made around 4 months of payments for this room. 4 months. That's quite a lot. Get out here. She's not here anymore.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Leave for a moment.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
No. Was she in that room below? I think she just left, didn't she? Or is she down in the... Where is Klaasje? all of a sudden. Wow, she's disappeared. No, that's great. Maybe she's in on this with Ruby.
Yes?
Nothing. We just wanted to open this door, you know. Hello there. Is there anyone here? No. Let's go back down and then... Like, is Claudia in here somewhere? And who is this man? Oh look, they've left now. All about the money, you know. What about our things here? Call the Mama d'Aqua? Maybe we'll get that. Maybe. For now though. We must manipulate people more. We're the human can opener. Remember? But now we need the flashlight again and we need to go back. Back and sleep. The Lost Bull Boys. Wait, do we have to go down here? I'm pretty sure of that. Ah, we have the description of Ruby now. We could ask him if she bought the weapon. And use the flashlight to...
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here?
The missing gun.
Sure thing.
Is the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman. Although she kept referring to us, truth be told.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm. Is
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Foundation?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the Force. We have to find out.
Thanks for the review.
Sure, man.
Get out.
Nothing has changed about this track.
It's pretty dark here. Pretty strange. Get to our shack now.
It's getting cold, this late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Good night, Kim. We'll meet tomorrow.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
What a day. We found out so much. Oh. We got something
On the
to
table,
eat.
you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Shaving the right course.
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic.
Yeah, not yet. Not today. Let's put this away. And let's get to sleep.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Go to sleep.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you. Forever. On ferrotape.
In eternity.
On and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising. Rising. Above the dark curvature. The great wingspan of sleep. Studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time. The last time. The smoke in her mouth. The plotted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The rain, the snow. I don't want to, it's beautiful.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent, picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right, I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class. For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
We're making progress, measured, steady progress.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Ah, it's time to sleep.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Open our eyes. We've recovered.
Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now. It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around here. An earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. What will those guys come up with next? Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to moderate and contain these energies, things only seem to be getting worse.
Let's get right to it. What needs to be done?
You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité.
All right, give it to me. I'll accept responsibility.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply seize la responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority, like a committee.
And who should sit on this?
Only the most even-keeled minds in Martinez. Your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start. Together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Revachol. And, if necessary, you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves.
And what happens once we've assigned it?
Most likely, your findings will be collected in a report, which will be carefully reviewed by your superiors. Once they've reviewed it, those same superiors will produce a set of recommendations to be taken up at the next meeting of the Standing Committee. Rest assured, no matter what happens, it will be done through the proper channels.
I'm prepared to take on this awesome burden.
Good luck. Your report is eagerly anticipated.
And even more we do. We'll see if we'll be happy at the end of the day. Probably sure. Surely we will. It's gonna be a nice day. Maybe we can even try to shave. A great time until next time. When our day begins. See you soon. Happy gaming.